Let's bring our next panel in now. Joining me is Sky News contributor Gemma, Tognini and political commentator Alexander Volz. Thank you both and happy Boxing Day to you. Now, Sydney locals have slammed a raucous party at Bronte Beach yesterday where tens of thousands of mostly tourists flocked to the annual beach party event. The scenes this morning were appalling to say the least, with locals left with no choice but to clean up a staggering amount of rubbish, which some dubbed worse than a third world country. I think this isn't even the worst, these shots. Like, it gets even worse than that. It's crazy. Now, Gemma, while this isn't too different from the bomb site that is my home after the toddlers have been let loose, these tourists are paying thousands of dollars to visit our beautiful country just to trash it. Make it make sense.
Oh, it doesn't make sense at all, but I've got a couple of ideas. First of all, it's rather than being reflective of a third world country, it's actually reflective of a privileged first world country where a bunch of tourists and backpackers will, as you say, come to celebrate how beautiful. And Bronte Beach is stunning. It's my favourite Sydney beach. And you know that that's a high bar for me, Caroline, because I come from Perth, best beaches in Australia. And they just trashed the joint. And I've read some follow-up commentary and comments from the local council and those responsible for the space. And they're all very, well, it's a bit difficult because, you know, there's a couple of entry points. You know what, I remember COVID and I remember how heavily our actions were restricted. So I don't buy that excuse ever anymore from any municipality or any local government or any police organisation. They did a very good job of restricting us, thank you very much, during COVID, so hop to it. It's as simple as going, we know what this problem is, put some clever minds in a room and come up with a solution. The first of which would be provide bigger bins and more of them. That would be the very first thing to do. The second thing I would just say as an observation, again, it's not reflective of a third world country. It's reflective of a bunch of privileged visitors to this country who've flipped the bird at us and gotten so absolutely shirt-faced, and I used the rated G version there for you, Caroline.
Noted.
On Christmas Day, it's a family show, on Christmas Day, and just left all of their garbage behind. Well, sorry, we don't want you here if you're going to do that. Bugger off home and leave your garbage there.
Alexander, was this reminiscent of the Christmas Day that you had over the weekend?
Well, Caroline, you know, the Christmas Day I had over the weekend involved far too much food and far too much alcohol. But no, I did manage to take the 15 seconds it requires to put my rubbish in the bin. But look, I have absolutely nothing to add on that. I think Gemma has certainly got it all sewn up. So hear to that.
Well, good to hear you cleaned up after yourself.